everyone and welcome to a new video. We are very professionally filming a video here and I am gonna read Berserk Deluxe Edition Volume 4. This was put on my TBR for the month of December. We have a few days left of December. Need to read it. Decided to do it now and today, and it's very snowy outside. I'm in bed and we're gonna go through this and read it like we have done with the others. This is the one I got really damaged. I think it was because I almost dropped it when I was gonna put it up on my shelves. So it's like a bit ripped here, a bit of bulge here, but it is fine. Like, I didn't bother, like it was my own fault as well, so you know. So obviously if you have not read or like anything of Berserk, I don't recommend you watching this because I'm gonna spoil, you know, this whole thing and also talk about like what happens in the others. So yeah, I assume if you're watching this you have read or you don't care the others. And my nephew is running a lot upstairs. I am sorry. But yeah, I think the last thing that happened was that Guts and Casca had sex. He came back after being gone for a long time. Griffith is still captured and I think being tortured. And I assume you're gonna go to save him. And that's what's gonna happen in the first one. In the first few chapters. I need pillows. So let's open this beauty first of all. Which was apparently really difficult. I just opened it here down where I already ripped it, so that's good. Okay, so plastic is gone and here we have it. I'm gonna take this off. It smells so good every time you open, I swear. But yeah, as you can see the damage down there, but it's not like, it's not unreadable. It is a bit sad, but it was my own fault. Now I have a memory with the fourth one of when it was damaged. Let's open it up. It is stunning. So obviously it covers volume 10, 11, and 12. We have a good shot here of Griffith that I was really bad at showing you. Right here, right here. And it's like, every time I read them, I'm so excited, but also so scared because like, the farther I would go in, the more pain it would be, and then I was soon like, you know, be done, and it's just terrifying. The first little chapter here is called Sparks from a Swordtip. Is that Guts Swordtip inside Casca? I'm joking, obviously. Now I'm gonna go and read that, and I will update you when I'm done with that, because that's how we do it here. See you very soon. Okay, finished Sparks from a Swordtip, and I literally did start right after Casca and Guts had been fucking their brains out, talked about it, and then we had like a flashback where Guts had like met someone in the mountain that made swords, and then he had like a whole like philosophy moment where Casca asked if he would stay after he rescued Griffith and rebuilt Band of the Hawk, and he was just like, I would never give my sword to anyone else again. I would never fight for someone else's dream. I will always just fight for myself. And says he will like continue to fight out enemies and go on after they have done what I just said. And Casca got mad at him, but then he was like, but you can come with me. And then they embrace, and then we see like a serpent-headed monster in the forest somewhere, and then we also see the Bellhite in like the river somewhere that, you know, Griffith lost in the last one because he was being tortured. And now we're gonna start Infiltrating Windham chapter 1. So I assume we're gonna go and rescue Griffith now. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what's happening. So let's go. Okay, so I read Infiltrating Windham chapter 1. We see Griffith for a brief moment being really battered and tortured. And he says the only thing he could think of in all the time he has been there, it's Guts. And I'm just like, okay. And then we just see them getting ready to rescue, you know, Casca and the Band of the Hawk and Guts. And then Casca's gonna go on a horse, and then it hurts in her crouch area because they've been, you know, they shagged a lot. And it was funny. And then now they're gonna go into this hole, and Guts is like, are you sure you should go there? Should our leader go into this hole? It could be dangerous for her. And she's like, leave your personal feelings out of it. We're gonna go. I am the best shot you have. So yeah, he's so worried about her. How sweet. How sweet. They're all like, they think they will rescue Griffith and everything will go back to normal. He has been, down in a hole for like the past 2 years. I think his mental state, his physical state, everything about him is going to be different from what they expect because he's been tortured for so long. So I don't think we will ever go back to normal. But yeah, going for Infiltrating Windham chapter 2. Okay, so I finished Infiltrating Windham chapter 2, they meet Charlotte. She has apparently been working with them from the inside, helping them all this time. You know, Charlotte, the one that Griffith had sex with. This is why all this happened. She's helping them. They're going through the castle, almost get caught. It's really, like, not much happened. Now she's asking them to take her with them. I assume she wants to see Griffith. I don't even know. I have a feeling Griffith would kill her, but we shall see. And now we're starting Festival's Eve, chapter 1. So I just want them to meet Griffith now. I'm ready for it. I'm confused what's going on. So I finished Festival's Eve, chapter 1. And first we have Charlotte saying to go with them. Casca says no. Then Charlotte freaks out and she's like, I want to be with Griffith. And then Casca's like, okay, we will bring her. But if Griffith says you have to go back, you have to go back. And she's like, I will just convince him. And now they still haven't entered. So like, can they just please just do it? They like kill some guards and then they're going to enter. But then we switch scenes over to where the Band of the Hawk is camping. And there we have one of the characters that I cannot remember the name of. It's like a little kid. It's this person here. I don't remember their name. And then there's an elf, and then he runs after, and then they say, how could it end at a time like this? Griffith was soon going to come back or something. And I'm just like, what is ending? What is going on? And then there's like, is this a fire? I don't understand. So I don't understand what's going on. But I guess I will find out in the next one. Are they going to be murdered? I do not know. But yeah, that's the point, you know. Keep reading. So next chapter, Festival's Eve, chapter 2. Let's see what's going on here. Very short little chapter. So basically, just the monster arrives, scares this person, and then they leave. It's many different monsters. And the character's like super scared. So they can't move. And I think they killed some. I don't know if they killed anyone in the Band of the Hawk. But it's actually like we have this really beautiful shot here. Like this is just one of the monsters. But look at this. Absolutely stunning, like seriously. And then they leave and it's like, we need to come down, we're not going to kill this person. And then they leave and that's it. And I don't remember, we haven't really seen that many like monsters since the first volume. Like there was monsters everywhere and Gus was just killing them left and right. But then when we like went back to the Golden Age, we haven't seen them many. We had like one like kind of big supernatural guy that they were fighting that was like super powerful, but then he saw the bell height and then he left, and then we haven't seen like many monsters. We have been more like soldiers at war than people fighting monsters. This is just like showing us like where like the war will be, like how more monsters coming in. You know what I mean? I'm not sure, but it's my thoughts. Now we are done with that, and we are starting a chapter called 1000-Year Fiefdom. I can't say that word. There seems to only be one part. So let's see what's happens. I assume they're gonna save Griffith now because now we can see all the characters there in a person. So Griffith time. I'm scared now. I'm scared. So we finished 1000-Year Fiefdom. So the whole thing was basically history lesson. They're going into this prison, which is like a hole. Or like they have to go downward in like a spiral stair thing. Not actually a staircase, but more like stairs in the rocks. And then we give like a whole history lesson of how like the Demon King with like a skull mask, which also Griffith met earlier, had this hole, and they think that his kingdom was like on the bottom of this hole. And it was just like a whole history lesson. I don't really know. And then they come to the hole. They open the lower cell in this darkness where it says that Griffith has been for a year. So I thought it had been 2 years, but whatever. And I just see like literally like a body on the ground, like face down, completely battered with a weird mask thing on. And I guess they're gonna have the reunion now, but I don't think it's gonna be a happy one. The next chapter is called Reunion in the Abyss. Really great reunion. I'm sad. So they find, as I say, Griffith's body, and it's like been tortured. He's a mess, and he has like a mask on, as I mentioned, and they tried to take it off, and they're just like super shocked. We don't get to see what they saw. I assume they will show us later. He's not in a good state at all. He's cut out his tongue. He's not gonna be able to talk. And, you know, he has always had a charming tongue, I mean, like mouth. And then the jailer comes up and locks them in. He's like, ha ha ha, and then tells them how he has tortured Griffith and everything is done to him. And that the guards will be coming, and then Geth is like, you did this to him. And then he just like spears him with his sword through the door. Like he rips down the door. And then just kills the jailer. The soldiers are coming from like above. And I assume Gus is gonna just fight his way through all of them. He's pretty pissed off. I am. This is some harsh stuff. Like, it's always been harsh, but I'm just like, this is emotional because they care so much about Griffith. They assume they were gonna find him like not like this. it hurts in my heart. It hurts. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. It says the next chapter is called A Way Through. I assume Gus is just gonna punch his way through. So let's see. I was not joking. Like, Gus literally just sword himself through there, and they're getting Griffith out of there. We have like this general who's like, ha ha ha, he has now been defeated because he seems tired. Gus literally just like takes his head off. Then the king arrives off, and she says that all the soldiers need to stand down because they don't want to like put Charlotte in danger because he's gross. Ugh. He also looks disgusting here. Like, he has like molted. I was gonna say shrinkled. Like, he does not look great. And now he says they're gonna summon the Bakiraka. Don't know what that is, but I'm sure we'll find out. Because the next chapter is literally called Bakiraka Chapter 1. So I assume we're gonna use like 1-2 chapters to defeat this thing. Getsy's not happy. Getsy's kinda hot. But I feel bad. But I need to also be entertained by saying Getsy's hot. But yeah, let's defeat this thing. See you soon. So the Bakiraka are apparently an assassination group of people who are really, really skilled, and they're being sent after them because they let them go because he didn't want to fight because Charlotte was there. Then they're like in the sewers kinda, they're escaping, and then like the Bakiraka are attacking them. There's like several of them, but they like kind of fight them off a bit, and then one is sneaky and sends out like a little dart, which I assume is poisoned. Charlotte sees this and is going straight for Griffith, and Charlotte protects Griffiths. And then like it hits her in the arm. I assume she's now gonna die. But they also said that they were not supposed to harm her. So I don't know what the Bakiraka was thinking here. Very interesting. Bakiraka Chapter 2. It's very intense. Also, while we're running, we had like Anna, who was like a handmaiden servant, and she's just like, didn't think that this would happen being in servants. I just thought that we got a recommendation. What would my parents think? And then she's just like, but I will follow you to the ends of the earth, princess. Thought that was a bit cute, but very stressed. Is the princess gonna die? I thought the Griffith would kill her, but my prediction was wrong. I mean, so the princess didn't die. They had her poisoned, and I told her they would exchange her. Like, if they gave the princess to the Bakiraka, they would save her because they have the antidote, or else she would just die. So they give the princess to them, and then after she's like out of the picture, the rest of the Bakiraka attacks them, and they are like losing, but then they turn on off the lights, and then they manage to win. They killed all of them, and that's what happened. But the princess is not with them anymore. I don't know if they care. We also see Griffith trying to say something to the princess before she like is separated from them, but I don't know what. I don't know if he was supposed to know, or it's because like he doesn't have a tongue. Who knows? Next chapter is called Flower of the Stone Castle. So let's see what that has to bring. Okay, so now my parents started to vacuum clean, so that's great. So I finished Flowers of the Stone Castle. So it's like fire down in that tunnel that we're in, but they managed to like fight it off by punching a hole in the roof so the fire goes upwards instead, because one of the people were really smart. And then another person also in the Hawks was smart and also one drew Dow or whatever, because they were the ones to just to take off the light so they could see them. So like everyone is just super smart. But then the princess is brought back to the king, and then he kills like the last of the people I already forgotten the name, Bakiraka, because they failed and also harmed the princess. And then she's fine though. And then she says, please don't go after Griffith. He has suffered enough. And then she's like, of course, princess. Of course I won't. And then he's gonna send out the black dogs after him. And we see like a general who is called Wild, and he says something beastly about him. We move over the scene. He's having like an orgy. He's like fucking a woman. And there's many other spent women around him. Really nice. And then he says he has a business with the leader of the Hawk. I don't remember if we have fought him before. I don't remember. But that is the end of volume 10. We're going now into volume 11. So he's sending these people after. And the first one in volume 11 is called Devil Dogs Chapter 1, which I'm going to start on now. Yay. They're having a happy, jolly time here. So we found out what the Black Dog Knights are. So it is basically king needed more soldiers because he'd been warring for so long. So he was like, didn't have enough soldiers in his kingdom. So he made all the criminals like line up, and he wanted to like make kind of like a little army of them, even though you know were criminals. And then the dude, what was it called again? Wild. He's like the leader. Kind of looks not really completely human. He managed to kill like the other one challenging him, and then he won the respect of all the other criminals. And then he's sending them after the Man of the Hawk. So we see like the Man of the Hawk like getting help from like some farmers, and they really like sweet and wholesome and like love the band because like they fought for them, etc. But then the Black dog knights come after and kills all of them and rapes them. So that's not really nice. And it's going after them. That is not nice at all. So we're going into Devil Dogs chapter 2, and they are right behind them, and they literally have the bodies of the people they killed on their swords right now in front of my face. So yeah, they know that they have killed the people who helped them. Really, really nice. Let's go. I assume they're gonna fight them, so let's go. So they're after them, just stop off to distract them, and then he fights like many of them, but they don't back off like people usually do because they're so scared of the wolf leader. I call him the wolf leader. And then he's gonna like attack the wolf leader, and the wolf leader manages to like stop him one-handed, and goes like, this has never happened before. And he gets flashback to like the other unhuman creatures they have fought in the past. Ugh. These two here that you can see here on the side, he thinks about them, and then they explode a bridge so they can follow them, but I don't think that will stop them really well. But we shall see. We're now on Devil Dogs chapter 3, so it's still like in the same kind of battle, and we're soon halfway, which is granted fun, but also terrifying. Let's go. Not a lot happened in this one. We basically just have them following them. They had loads of traps set out, but it never stopped. And I assumed they would be followed. And then nothing stops them, at least like the wolf. Like some people, of course, fall off, but not all of them. And then Gus also thinks back to a prophecy when he met the skull dude in the last one that I had already forgotten. I didn't forget he met him, but I forgot what he said. It says like that would meet you 1 year today, and it's been a year. So like, who would die? I have a feeling Casca would die. I don't think Griffin would die, obviously, because we saw him in the future in the weird Belhite place. But I don't know. Maybe just all of the Band of the Hawk would die. Who knows? But now they're with the Band of the Hawk. Like they caught up with them. They're gonna fight. Gus says that he would be the opponent to like the wolf dude. And they're gonna fight. So yeah, the next chapter is just, I think, Devil Dogs chapter 4. So we're gonna continue fighting them. I love that I said not a lot happened, but then I talked a long time about things happening. Lol. I love this just so much. So we have a fight, and then Guts fights the wolf dude. He catches Guts' sword with its teeth. It's a really intense fight. And then he says like that he's not even good. He doesn't even have like, you know, training. He just does it by reflex, which I think is quite unfair for Gus, who has trained so much and like done all this to go well, and there's a wonder you can just defeat him by like reflexes. Very rude. And then we have Griffith hiding away with some of the other soldiers, and then he's trying to pick up a sword and then it falls out of his hand. Very sad. But yeah, it's just a battle. Now we're done with the Devil Dogs. That part 4 was the last one, but the next one is War of the Wild Beast. We're still fighting, so gonna see the fight is gonna keep going. Itching on my ear. Let's go. Basically, people start to retreat. They're just like, we can't win this fight, like the dogs people. And then the dude, the wolf dude, is like, ha! I'm gonna start this party. He punches some people with a tree, and then he becomes this big, nasty ass monster. Like he's like on the top, and then his eyes, and it's nasty. And I will show you just so you guys can suffer this ritual. Like, look at this. Like, why do I have to see this? I don't like eyes sticking out at people. I hate that. Like, I hate it. It's nasty. I don't want to see this. And now he's fighting, and he punched Guts, and he's coming for Casca. And I don't like this. I don't like this, but I'm sure everyone will be okay. Force of Tragedy is the name of the next one. Don't like the sound of that, but we shall see. Basically, what happens here is that Casca, he gets grabbed and he just undresses her like a little doll in his hand. He's gonna rape her with his gross, rigid penis tongue. And then Guts wakes up and saves her. And then he's gonna fight him one-on-one. But like, that was, yeah. And now the next chapter is called Mortal Kombat chapter 1. We are still fighting this thing. I feel like we've been fighting these people for 100 years. Can we just have some downtime with Griffith soon? I am stressed and depressed. Let's go. But Mortal Kombat chapter 1 is basically Guts just slashing his sword around. Looks like he's winning, like, you know, taking down some pieces, you know, like they do in Attack on Titan, where like they like make them able to move. Didn't quite work for him, so like he gets flung around like a little piece of, I was gonna say, I don't know what, a little piece of shit, but it's not a little piece of shit, but he gets run around, and then it looks like he's losing, and then he cuts his eye and it's like, oh my god, that worked in a second. And then he says, what do I have to do to win? He doesn't know because he's really hurt now because he's literally been flung around this forest. And yeah, that's what's going on. So yeah, I think they're gonna be fine, but what would be the cost? Who knows? Now we're going to Immortal combat, I think chapter 2. Let's go. He did it! He put a little trap for him, he came from above, he stabbed him, he choked him, he killed him. Casca runs over, hugs him. She's still half naked, but I mean, it doesn't matter for what's going on, like, yeah. Next one is called Armor to the Heart. I think we're gonna settle down now with Griffith. I'm nervous. I'm scared because he's not okay. We have seen his reactions in his like mask. He's like, that's what they've been doing since he came out. But yeah, we shall see how he is now, I guess. Let's go. Now I'm just angry. Okay, so for a moment we had Charlotte standing in, like, she woke up and she's like, where's Griffith? But then Anna says she's fine, but they're not really, because she knows they're still being pursued. And then we move over to the camp where like Guts and Griffith gets like their wounds looked up on, and then Judao looks at Griffith's wounds and then says basically after like they're outside that his tendons in arms and legs are ruined. He will never carry us water again. And then we have like they're gonna leave. They look at like the big monster Griffith gets killed, and then we're like, oh, it can't be. And then next scene, we have Griffith telling Guts, like, with gestures that he wants his armor on, then Guts is gonna help him with it. And then in next scene again, we have a bunch of soldiers dead around the body of the monster. So it seems like it's not done at all. And he's coming into camp, and they are unaware of it. So I assume a lot of, like, the people are gonna die. I guess they need to defeat the monster again. Don't know how that would happen. Like, Guts is really, I was gonna say, like, he's up and walking, but he's really hurt. But we shall see what happens. And Griffith is hurt, but maybe Casca needs to do the job. We shall see. I'm scared for them. But yeah, starting the flying one. And also, I forgot to say, but Charlotte saw like a flying thing outside her window. She was just like, is that a bird? But it looks like a human with wings. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure we will find out. Now I'm just stressed. So the thingy woke up again, and then he kills people. He grabs Griffith, holds him in his hand, is like ripping all this cold stuff, saying like, you guys don't have any hope. Look at him, he's broken. He can never do anything again. It's just like showing off his body to everyone. I'm just like, jeez. Either way, then he also tells Griffith to summon the Great Ones, the Guardian Angels, the 4 members of the God Hand. You know, the ones we saw all the way in the beginning in the first volume that now seems a really long time ago. It says to use the Behelit. I call it Belheit. It's the Behelit. I don't even know. But he doesn't have it anymore because, as we know, he has lost it. And then the flying things comes from above. I think he kills him, like the dude. And then he flies away. I don't even know what's going on here. And then it says Immortal once again is the next chapter. But he also says that Griffith wants to be one of the God Hand. And we know that happens. Like, didn't we see Griffith as one of the God Hands in the beginning? Is that just in my imagination if it's the same one? I think I checked it was the same one. It was. The winged one thing, huge thing, is landing right in front of them right now. I didn't kill him, by the way. I'm just seeing this. So we shall see what happens. Okay, so the winged thing is Nosferatu's son, which I had completely forgotten. I don't remember if I thought they actually had defeated him, or like, I don't remember what I thought happened to him. I just did forgotten how he looked like, literally. He showed up, he killed the wolf thing that's not a wolf anymore, the eye thing, and then he says like, you will get the bell Halt again, it's meant to happen. Guts tried to ask him like, what is all this talk of this eclipse and this that will happen? It's just like, you will know soon. And then he flies away. And then the wolf thing just like had loads of like gross people, skull things like going out of his brain, and then he drags him down in a spiral. And then we have seen that spiral in like the God Hand dimension in the first one. So that's where they end up when they die. The demons, I don't even know. They're all like, what? And then he becomes like this really like tiny old man. And it looks really nasty when the whole thing was happening, by the way. It looks like it was like a brain coming alive and just like, and then it shriveled down to nothing. And now we own actually volume 12, which is the last one in this one. Absolutely, totally, what's it called? Traumatized now. But yeah, great. So next one is called Requiem of the Wind. Requiem? I don't know how to say that word. I'm ready. Let's do this. Okay, so the only thing that happened is that they're all in this field. They got no way. And then all the soldiers are just like, was it true what the monkey dude said, that Griffith is not Griffith anymore? Is he like not coming back to us like we used to? And it's like, yeah, he can't really answer you guys, so probably not. And then they don't know what to do. And then comforts Casca, and then Casca changes some bandages on Griffith, and that's it. Like, it was kind of just like everyone realizing that what they hoped for all along for this year, when they thought that they would have Griffith back, think they will build up like they used to, but they realized they can't that. So yeah, it's sad. Let's go to the Warrior of Twilight. I love that I wanted to talk in the calm moments, and I'm not just like, we can move past this because this is just too sad. So we have Guts saying he wants to go, and then all the people, like the raiders, want to go with him, the one he was the captain of. And then we have Griffith trying to communicate, I guess, to the Casca that he wants to stay. I don't even know. He was like lying on top of her and it looked weird. And then Casca realizes he can't leave Griffith now. He's too small and fragile and wants to take care of him. But she realizes that Guts needs to go to follow his own purpose, his own dreams. And like, if they're equal, he and Griffith are equal, he needs to leave. I didn't really get it. It's too philosophical for me. Philosophical, that's a word. And yeah, then we go to the next one. It's called Back Alley Boy. Let's see what it gives us. Oh my god. We have Griffith in a flashback panel. So we see him as he is. He can see himself, his old self. And we still haven't seen him because he has the mask on. So let's see. What just happened? So I think Griffith could hear them talking. The Guts need to leave, etc. And that Casca was there to take care of him. So he flipped a bit out and he used his teeth to control the horses because he can't, use his hands. And then he like falls out of the wagon. He didn't ride that far. And then he falls into the river and his sister like laughing. He has these flashbacks of like a life with Casca taking care of him. They have kids or something. And then she's feeding him. And then they look upon like the wall with like a Guts that was a sword up with Guts. I was like, haha, he's probably still out there, haha. And then he's just like laughing hysterically, and then he takes his like throat on this sharp thing in the river trying to kill himself. But then in the river he sees the Balhaith, and then the chapter ends. So yeah, I think that was meant to happen, obviously, but still I was like, Jesus, poor Griffith. And now the next chapter is called Eclipse, which has been a lot of talk about. So what will happen now? Who knows? I'm scared. Things are going down hard. I am terrified. Griffith uses the Balhaith. He like rips his, I was going to say arm open, and then the blood goes into the Balhaith, and then we have like all the people running after him, like Casca and Guts and everyone, and he's just like, Griffith. And then Griffith manages to speak. He says, say away. Like, did he say it, or was it like just really loud in his head? I don't think he actually managed to like say it. Then the Midland army is summoned, the one that we talked about earlier, that was owned by the people who like in the Midlands that own like the place that Griffith was capturing, and he summons us. I don't know if he summoned the Eclipse, but the solar eclipse happened now right in front of them. And then they like people coming like out of the water and like around them being summoned, and like this is right now one scene. That's how something looks like. Really nasty. I don't know what's going on. I think all the dead people walking around in like the beginning, was that all just summoned by Griffith? I don't know what's going on, but it's all crazy. It's all potato pants. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, the next chapter is called The Promised Time. What promised time? I don't know. It's I don't know if I described it good or bad. Like, here's Eclipse, here's the people come out of water. Shock, pain. I don't know. Okay, this is. I need to keep reading. It's just getting darker and darker outside. We have some random people in Ryan seeing something in the future. They go outside of Ryan and then they see the eclipse. Then we go over to our people again. It's like everything changing around and they're standing on like these faces. Everyone is freaking out. And then Guts is looking at the Balhaith to see that it's changed, and he sees Griffith crying blood, and the Balhaith is crying blood, and it says that they're coming, the advent, the sovereigns, or of the supernaturals, the advent of the four guardians, and then the next chapter is called Advent. Everything is it's literally the like apocalypse here, like, jeez. Okay, so we have the four angels, guardians, sovereigns, whatever you're calling them, coming. I don't know what they're called, but I have names for them. We have a woman with angel wings and ass and boobs. I'm calling her Angel Boobs. Then we have a little face that is flying around. So I'm calling that Flying Face. We have the skull mask dude. He has like a Dracula cape. So I'm calling him Dracula. And then we have like a baby face dude. He stands like this with his fist, and he has a baby face. And then they're saying that Griffith is supposed to join them. He's supposed to be one of them. And that Guts seems like a good sacrifice so that Griffith can become a demon. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen, you know, like we saw it all the way in the beginning in the Black Swordsman, all the way in the beginning, but I didn't think it was gonna happen like this. And there's so much left. Like, I have, you know, 12 deluxe editions. Like, how, why, I don't know. Like, not that I assumed it was gonna take 12 volumes, but I'm just like, that means this is so much more that I don't know is gonna happen. And I'm scared. I'm terrified. Is Casca gonna die now? Is she gonna be sacrificed so Griffith can become a demon? I don't know. I'm stressed out, okay? I forgot to say what chapter I just read. It was the Inhuman Host. But like, I feel like we went from like 0 to nothing. Like, everything was freaking out and we like slowly was building up, and now everything is crazy. What is going on? Like, this is like always like nothing you expect it to be, and I love it. It's just like, what? Like I don't have words. I'm like, it's so good. I cannot describe my feelings. But basically, they are saying that he's going to become one of them and that the rest are just sacrifices. Guess it's going to be the sacrifice for Griffith, I think, but like all of them are just going to be eaten. Is all of the band of the Hawk going to die? Because that is quite sad. Like, I never expected them to go fine, but I didn't expect them all to die. How did she must left? This... Yeah, and now they're like climbing on a bunch of faces, just hanging on with his knife, cutting up some of the faces, and then Griffith is in like a hand thing, and I think they're going to change him into a demon. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm scared. Okay, so I now read The Castle, and the whole thing was kind of an illusion where we see Griffith as a child running and he's gonna go to the castle, but instead of going there, he enters like, I don't know, a field, but like, he just steps on a lot of corpses, and people say, can you take us with you? And he says, no, I can't take you all with you because you're dead. Justice also shows up in the vision shortly, but basically I think that symbolizes a bit like how he has been trying to come to the castle, to become king, to become the greatest, but he has stepped over a lot of corpses and people, and like has like, I don't know, done all this to come here, I think. And now he woke up, and now the next chapter is called Parting. And yeah, I guess that's what it was trying to symbolize. I'm not sure, okay, I'm not smart, but yeah, let's continue to be depressed. I don't have words. Like, it's totally not boss right now. Actually, like, they told him what the whole vision thing meant, and it was basically that like he has stepped on all these people and he has like killed all of these things and done all these things, and it was for one dream, to reach the shining castle that he saw in his vision. And then Guts like is like clawing himself up towards him, and they tell Griffith that he needs to say I sacrifice and he will become one of them. And then Griffith says, yes, out of 1,000 of comrades and tens of thousands of enemies, you're the only one. And then he looks at Guts. You're the only one. And then there's this sweet photo of them together, who made me forget my dream. But he still says, I sacrifice. And then now everyone is have like this beam of light on them. It seems like they're all dying. And then we have the next chapter, which is called Feast. I think it's the last one, might be one more after that. This is not going to go well, but Guts was the only one who made him forget his dream. And I'm just like, just make me cry. Fine. Apparently I was just messing around, because the feast was the last one. So everyone is being eaten, and then they got this mark, which means that they are the brand of sacrifice, which means that they are up for demonic offering, which is what we saw Guts having all the way in the beginning, which is why I think all the demons all the time was trying to kill him. I assume he's gonna escape, and then like also will be demon after him, but I don't know if the others will escape. Then we see, you know, the people I mentioned in the caravan looking that it was an eclipse. We see them also, but before that we also see, like, I was gonna say Griffith being like in a wing/witch position. He's being transformed, and I guess it's trying to save him, but they say that this is what Griffith wanted, and I guess it's like he would never want this. Then we switch over, as I said, to the people in the caravan, saying they're seeing this whirlwind. It looks like this. And then we have like this meeting between these two people in here, and that was the last page, and now I'm done. And I don't know when I will read the next one. It takes a long time to read it, just because the reading time takes a long time, but I have these clips between every chapter, which is like 1 minute long, and it's like 30 chapters. It's like 30 minutes of footage as well as reading. It takes a long time, but I love it. And yeah, that's it. That was the whole thing. I'm shocked, I'm depressed, I'm looking at the art in the end. I don't know what to say. Like, what can I even say to that? It is amazing. It is so well done. I love now seeing everything full circle almost from the beginning. It took a little while, but like still, I feel like it could have taken longer. How everything went down, totally crazy, totally nutballs. I love it. I'm really curious to see how many of the Band of the Hawk would die. We know that Gus doesn't die. And I love them all. I love them all to pieces. But Griffith, the fact that he kind of was evil the whole time. I mean, we had that vibe from him, but it's just, yeah. I don't have enough brain cells to discuss this properly. But it's such a ride. I hope you still enjoy seeing my semi-live reactions and thoughts. I know there's so much more to come. Like, I have 12 volumes. This is volume 4. I have 8 more, and there's like still more coming out. So very intense, very brutal, but amazing. I think the way the plot is written and just the way things come out, it's just really, really well done. And it's one of my favorites, honestly. So yeah, I don't even have words. It is so good though. It is so good. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed whatever this mess is. Leave a blood emoji down below if you enjoyed this, because there was a lot of blood. I don't even know. Okay. And then also I forgot to mention, we saw the little fairy thing, the naked fairy thing that follows Gus around all the way in the first one. I don't remember the name, but we saw that for 1 second. So I assume next one, I will predict, we will see them unite. Or not unite, but meet. But we already see them meet. But yeah, I don't know how the author's gonna put in, you know, how they're gonna connect. But yeah, either way, I'm gonna go and cry now. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this. You should see me soon in a new video, and goodbye.